Have you ever noticed that if you sum the data, but then filter that data, the total doesn't update to actually show you what the visible total is? This can be frustrating, but there is a fix, and in this video, I'll show it to you. To start, the key to getting your total to update is to ditch the sum function entirely. Instead, you want to use a function called subtotal. Here's how it works. For the first argument, enter a 9. For the second argument, just select the data that you want to sum. Then, whenever you filter the data, the total updates for only the visible cells. Now, why do we enter a 9 here for the first argument? Well, the subtotal function can do a lot more than just calculate the sum, and the number that you put here for the first argument determines what it does. In fact, the subtotal function can do all the calculations that you see listed here. The numbers correspond to the calculation that you want it to do. If you enter a 1, you get the average. If you enter a 4, the maximum. And if you enter a 9, you get the sum. No matter which numbers you choose, the subtotal function will always do its calculation for only those cells that are visible. Any numbers that are filtered out are not calculated by the subtotal function. Now, what if you hide cells by hiding an entire row instead of using a filter? In that case, the subtotal function will consider numbers hidden that way and the total won't update. But you can fix this too. Just add 100 to the number that you're using for the first argument. So if you're using the 9, add 100 to make it 109. Once you do, the subtotal function will now ignore any numbers hidden by either filter or by hiding the row entirely. This gives you a little more flexibility in how you want the function to work. Also, there's one very important detail that you should know about this function. It never considers numbers calculated by another subtotal function. For example, let's say you have a subtotal here, and you want the overall total as well. Instead of using the sum function and selecting the individual ranges, you can just use the subtotal function, select all the data, and it ignores any totals calculated by another subtotal function. Of course, in this small example, that doesn't matter all that much. But if you're working with a really big data set, then you can use the subtotal function to calculate the inner totals, and then you can use it to calculate the grand total without worrying about double counting any of those totals. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, wow, this function is actually really useful and I wish I'd known about it sooner, then watch this video next to learn about another function that you also don't want to be missing out on. Seriously, it's a game changer.